Are you a beginner badminton player that's either just started or you've been playing for a while but can't seem to get any better? If so, this video is for you, as we're going to share 5 common mistakes beginners make in both singles and doubles. And most importantly, we're going to tell you how to fix these.
And in case you're new here, we're Greg and Jenny, 2 professional badminton players releasing regular videos on all things badminton. Let's get straight into mistake number 1. A large part of badminton strategy, whether that's in singles or doubles, is to outmaneuver your opponents. This means they'll be later to the shuttle and either play a worse quality shot, make a mistake, or not reach it at all.
But unfortunately, the number one thing we see beginners doing wrong is not outmaneuvering their opponents and instead hitting it straight to the middle. It's criminal. So rather than hitting to the middle, you need to move your opponents to the different corners of the court. Doing this will mean that you can start to control the rallies and prevent that feeling that you're running around chasing the shuttle.
Now, to be able to control your shots and easily hit into the corners of the court, you need to fix our next mistake of being in the wrong grip. And within this, we actually have 3 common mistakes that beginners make. The first is pointing your finger up the racket on your overhead shots. Doing this means that you're using your wrist rather than your forearm, and you're only using these 3 fingers to squeeze the grip, rather than all 4. This means your racket head speed is much slower, which hugely reduces your power. So instead, you need to be in a forehand grip like this. And listen to how different the racket sounds when hitting with your finger pointing up the racket compared to being in the correct forehand grip.
Okay, that's grip mistake number 1. Now the second grip mistake we see people make is not using a backhand grip. A backhand grip is where you place your thumb on the wider part of the racket like this. It will help you create deception, control, and also power, meaning you can hit shots right to the back and avoid mistake number 1, hitting straight to your opponent.
Getting a grip on your grips will also help you reduce the mistakes you make, which, as you'll know, is very important in badminton. So if you want to learn the 4 correct grips, then we'll link our tutorial on this at the end of the video.
Our third grip mistake is not actually changing between the different grips fast enough. If you watch me playing right-handed in an old but classic video of ours, you can see I don't have much control in my backhand shots because I've not changed to the right grip, and I'm running around like a headless chicken as a result. Now, if you compare this to when I was using my left hand and using the correct grip, a bevel grip, I was able to play much better quality shots and control the rallies.
So, to be able to do this, you need to use your fingers and never be gripping your racket too tight. This is a difficult skill to learn, but one you need if you want to improve the quality of your shots.
But using the wrong grip wasn't the only thing making me run around like a headless chicken. It was also caused by having bad footwork. And this is the third of our 5 common mistakes that beginners make.
You can be as fast as Usain Bolt, but if you don't use the correct badminton footwork, you'll actually be pretty slow on court and find it really difficult to reach shots in time. So we're going to share the 3 biggest footwork mistakes we see beginners make and how to correct these to improve your game.
The first is not lunging with your racket leg, which is your right leg if you're right-handed and left leg if you're left-handed. Lunging with your non-racket leg is criminal. It means that your core is more likely to collapse, which not only makes it harder to be in control of your body and racket when playing the shot, but it also significantly impacts your recovery after the shot. It's a bad habit you need to get out of, but luckily it can be done, and we'll explain how later in the video.
The second footwork mistake is not being able to pivot or turn to your round the head corner smoothly. And for many beginners, it looks like this. But what should you be doing instead?
Well, we've shown this in a previous video, but for lifts or clears where you have time, you should do a split step, push off your racket leg, and then pivot onto your non-racket leg so you're facing sideways. You then push off your racket leg to rotate and do this scissor kick movement. Being able to do this and do it smoothly helps you rotate into the shuttle, rather than being front onto the shuttle where you can't rotate, which impacts your power, control, and recovery.
Now, a crucial part of most movements is performing a split step at the start, something a lot of people don't do, so much so that it's our 3rd footwork mistake. A split step helps you load your legs and push off explosively in whichever direction you want to travel. It also enables you to move more efficiently in between shots and get to shots earlier as a result. It's likely that if you don't split step, you'll end up taking lots of little steps and basically start running, which massively slows your movement down. Just look at the difference in the speed of Greg's movement when he takes fewer steps.
Okay, let's move on to our fourth common mistake that beginners make, and this is making your shots too obvious. We see so many people using their whole arm to play shots in one slow motion because they're so focused on just hitting the shuttle over and in. This unfortunately makes it very obvious where the shot is going to go, especially for softer shots like drop shots and net shots. Instead, you need to be able to keep your opponents guessing right until the last millisecond.
Yeah, this is helped by using the correct grip and using good footwork to get you in a better position like we've already mentioned. But it's also helped by two more things. One is being relaxed in your arm and grip before hitting the shot, as having this one slow motion is often caused by being really tense, so try to relax. And two is then squeezing your grip at the last second to help add more power into your shot. Doing all of these will help you be able to play multiple different shots with the same technique and not make your shots too obvious.
Mistake 5 is your lack of repetition. In the book Bounce, Matthew Syed talks about the importance of implicit systems, which basically means that once you've practiced and mastered a task, it becomes automatic and frees up mental space to think about other things. For example, Serena and Venus Williams could solve complex maths questions whilst hitting quality shots at the same time.
So, if you keep practicing lunging with your racket leg or your footwork into the round the head corner, then over time you'll be able to focus on other things that will help your game, like your shot placement or tactics.
We're now going to demonstrate the mastery of our implicit systems by showing you 3 different practices to correct the mistakes we've shown in this video, whilst also telling you about Surfshark VPN, who are enabling us to share these tips for free by sponsoring this video. And 2 of these practices you can also do from home too, so you've got no excuses.
Practice 1 is to not make our shots too obvious. So, do you ever get one of these annoying messages like, not available in your location? Well, Surfshark VPN enables you to change your virtual location with a click of a button, so you can now access these previously geo-blocked sites. We use it a lot to watch live badminton on YouTube, but you can also use it to unlock different shows on sites like Netflix.
Practice 2 is footwork into our round the head corner. Another benefit of Surfshark is that it helps keep your password safe and secure when you're on a public Wi-Fi. And this is another reason we use it. Imagine if someone hacked into our channel and taught you to move backwards like this.
Practice 3 is to help change between the grips quickly. We genuinely use Surfshark on a regular basis. If we didn't, we wouldn't be sharing it with you. And they're currently offering you an exclusive Black Friday deal where you can get up to 6 additional months for free. So, if you're interested in downloading it, then we'll include a link in the description below. And if you're not satisfied with it, for whatever reason, they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked. And by the way, when you're doing the first and third practices, make sure you don't hit it to the middle.
We'd recommend trying to improve 1 or 2 things at a time, so you don't completely overload your brain. And when you've improved these things and they're ingrained into your muscle memory, you can then focus on other areas.
And hopefully, some of our videos can help you with this. So, if you now want to learn the 4 correct grips in badminton that we mentioned earlier, click here. Or, for our beginner to intermediate playlist, click here. And of course, if you found this video useful, please give it a like, smash the subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll hopefully see you on another video very soon. Bye!